Good afternoon, crypto and NFT lovers. My name is StarXS. You may have seen me on Twitter, STR_XS. We're coming to you with our first edition of what's going on in the market. Man, there's a lot of nothing. Pretty historically low volumes is what we've been seeing lately. So why am I making this video and why is crypto and NFT relevant? Well, first off, before I introduce myself a little better, crypto and NFT, if you believe in it, if you believe it's the future, it needs you. It needs you right now. You know, the main thing we want to see as a trader and as an investor, you want to see market confidence. You know, I personally believe that we're going to continue to more or less go sideways through September until October. We might see a little bit of a pickup if we continue to, but that's if we continue to build confidence. And that's the main goal here, is getting some market confidence back. You know, we'll continue to chop upwards very slightly, but it's gonna be a hard grind. And let's see what's going on in the market so we can kind of get some clarity. So I'm gonna focus on today and a few projects that have been really working on Solana. I like to trade and buy Solana and Ethereum NFTs. Lurkers, big one today, a lot of fun, pretty cool art. The founders had a really nice spaces going on today. Seemed to get a lot of confidence behind the project, with the founders speaking to the project and clarifying on a lot of things. They addressed a few major FUD issues that were being tossed around in the Discord. For you people out there who don't really know what I mean by Discord, it's a chat. Basically, a lot of the projects going on happen inside these closed chats. So here we're looking at the announcements of Yokai Degens, but I'll get to that. So there were some issues with Lurkers. There's some miscommunication with the Corrects project collaboration that got cleared up by by one of the co-founders in the Twitter Spaces. I believe he made a tweet and made an announcement showing some screenshots of him communicating with the Corrects community manager. And a couple of other things that they cleared up. Some weird ones about some kind of Mercury font website being shared, and some copy material off of that, which got cleared up. I don't know if it needed to be cleared up, but it did. We've seen some pretty good volume today on Lurkers. I've been watching it throughout the day. Yeah, they have some outside devs, some third-party devs that they hired, but some really strong inside the founders' art. An artist will be working really closely with the project. The goals that the founder talked about were pretty clear. Those are the sort of things that you want to hear as an NFT buyer. You know, you don't really want to hear things like they don't know what the next step is, or raid, or delist. You want some goals, right? So I believe that they're setting out to evolve the art, to collab with other projects, and they're also building a marketplace that'll connect projects with other projects. They can use the Abyss platform, marketplace platform, not going to speak too much more on it, but it sounds like it'll be something similar to this other recent project called Hiraeth, the Elvish, which is not exactly a competitor with Blocksmith, but they're doing something pretty similar with their platform, and where you can be a project of any size, and you can post yourself as like a bulletin board on their site, and other projects can reach out and collab with you or your DAO, and you can offer your DAO services to other projects. It's a good way for small projects to be seen and link up. You know, you can offer whitelists or just alpha services. But I'm not going to elaborate too much more on that, because I don't think that even the founder was super clear on it, but it sounds great. With Lurkers, could be something pretty similar, but not the same thing. Something fairly unique. But they have a lot coming, and they're really strong on focusing on the art and offering more to evolve with the art in the project and be close in the community. They seem to take really well to some suggestions. I like the space myself. I listen to it. But yeah, we've seen this project heat up, and so a lot of times in kind of a downtrend market, you start to see some consolidation into, you know, proven assets, what you might call blue chips. That's kind of what you don't want to see sometimes, especially if you're not in a blue chip project. But we're seeing a lot of consolidation lately. We're also seeing some sell-offs of blue chips too. So that kind of goes to show, it's kind of showing you that some of the market confidence is leaving us. People are selling out basically. I've been seeing some tile sales lately, some OK Bear sales lately. Not yet D-Gods. Pretty strong community with the D-Gods. Everybody knows that. That's why we love them. I'm not a D-God holder, but yeah, they got a great community. They're soul strong. And that's what we like to see as soul buyers, soul NFT buyers, soul investors, right? So kind of where we're at the market here, we've been trending kind of sideways, chopping up and down. About this time last year, kind of a similar situation before we had kind of a pretty nice move upwards. We've seen that kind of across the board. Some other projects that I like, I have some familiarity with, you know, kind of following that trend here, right? So who knows if we get this? Who knows? Are we here? Are we here? You know, are we here? We're gonna find out. But like I said, I believe we're gonna continue to grind up very slowly, very slightly, up through October. October we'll start to see some strong confidence back. Some of the macro issues will pass. A lot of those sort of things kind of get addressed, especially by macroeconomics. You know, politics are going to start to need to clear up towards the end of the year. Not going to comment too specifically on that, but those sort of things tend to, at least in the U.S., tend to run their course into the holidays. But you know, usually the markets like to see people in power make the right moves in order to circulate some money, to put it simply. You know, I'm looking at DApp radar. So what I notice is that a lot of aggregators, they tend to do well because people are looking for sources of information. They're trying to find out where money is going, right, in downtimes. So when we saw earlier, you know, just before the end of the year, of 2021, we start to see something like DApp Radar. Even though it was fairly new, it had some strength. Maybe this is not a good comparison because everything kind of pumps when it's new, but if we look at here, where there's some extreme downturn of the market here, just around June, April, May, June, kind of hitting some new lows here at least for the year, the relative local year, and we started to see some strength in these sort of resource aggregates. DApp Radar is something that tells you where basically what projects are strong, what projects have some following, what projects are showing some activity, signs of life, DApp Radar was doing well during those downturns, but now overall we're just kind of seeing DApp Radar kind of fall into the same trend pocket with the rest of the market, crypto market and NFT market. Overall, volumes are tough right now. 31,000 transactions on Solana in 24 hours today. It's a 31% downturn overall. Looking pretty tight. Just 16 million in sales today on ETH. The market needs us, right? And that's why I'm reaching out. So, it's one thing for us to continually be talking to each other, regular traders, NFT and crypto traders. We wanna start branching out and start reaching out to people. If we're confident and believe in the market in the long term, we want to share that. And crypto finance, it's the future. It's gonna happen. It's happening. Just finance, the way it has to change, the way it has to offer new services. It just has to continue to grow with the population and the growth of population demand. People, after the whole pandemic with COVID, people are tending to kind of stick to the stay-at-home work. Even corporations, there's a lot of money to be kind of arguably saved by keeping people at home, having them use their own resources to provide market feasibility, to provide those product services, and continue to work that way. So what do we want to do here is look for, we want to consolidate too. In this sort of market, you want to start to reinvest in the projects that you believe in, the projects that are proven, projects you're already in. You want to grow. That's what we do in the bear market, right? Arguably, it's a bear market. I don't know if we're in a bear market, but we're definitely in a strong downtrending market with some signs of bullishness, and that could be your bullishness, is reinvesting, right? This is when we accumulate, when things are down. Reinvest in the projects you believe in. But if we are looking for new projects, I know I mentioned Lurkers, it's a new one, and Yokai also just minted today. But if you are looking for new moves, because that's what NFT and crypto's that's where the fun is, right? Is speculating. If you're trying to swing trade, might be a good idea sometimes. If you have to do it, you swing trade into some good ones. Yokai Degens just minted today. It had some strength. It pumped up to about just under 0.1. If you're holding, there's some things to look forward to with this project. It seems like they're moving pretty quickly. They got a lot of announcements. They're pretty active on Twitter. It may not have the art appeal right away with a project like Lurkers had, but I think this is this could be a strong project if it sticks around. I'd say if somehow things sort of just turn around, this could do something good, look something similar to the Gothic Degens run that kind of happened. And I know that it looks like Yokai Degens is kind of playing off of that trend. We'll see if it hurts them or if it helps them. But I like this project. They got some interesting things coming. One of their main focuses is the koi race baiting. I know we're kind of passing through a casino meta right now on Solana, specifically. A couple of the casino projects that are proving themselves to stick around and be long term, like D Casinos, and Crash Faces, things like that. You definitely see some reinvestment happening there. But we just saw some rares drop and people snipe those off the floor. So we still see some strength with the buying here. Masked Warriors was something to note, where there's some pretty good strength on Masked Warriors. You had some pretty nice sweeps yesterday. But overnight, you know, there's just people are looking to exit. So Masked Warriors pumped up to about 0.1-ish, and woke up this morning and saw it at 0.05, a little bit less. Saw some good buys coming in there a little earlier today, but it's always going to regress, I think, right now. If you're looking at this live trade feed here, you see Classy Monkeys. Classy Monkeys, I mentioned them in my Alpha DAO. It's trying to go in undergoing a derug right now. Pretty competent and active community member. Looks like he got a pretty strong following. Classy Monkeys is really, you know, it's got some nice art behind it. But yeah, some people are showing some confidence in him. Something kind of like Mischievous Maxis, which rugged. And you saw King Fud step in and try to get the party started. It dropped down to like sub 0.1 and pumped up to about a little over 3 SOL. Pulled back some over the next course of the next few days. But yeah, so awesome. You know, Sol is a pretty small community, and it's really nice to see some people stepping in and backing up other community members. Someone like King Fud, who you're probably going to hear often on some Twitter spaces. Another one that was pretty hot today, looks like it's still going, actually showing some pretty solid strength. It's not hitting those pumps like Lurkers did, but that's kind of arguable. I mean, it seemed to step out of mint after sellout at like 0.09. I don't know if it went that much lower than that. If you got in at under 0.09, that's pretty sweet, because this is looking like it's pretty strong right now with the floor. I mean, I don't know what the high would be at this point, but this is about the highest I've seen it, and it's staying here. I think I might have seen 0.19, something close to the floor at 0.19, not some rare snipes, but the floor. So Royal Reapers, I'm watching this one. I intentionally didn't do too much research on Royal Reapers, because, well, number one, I was trying to focus on Yokai Degens and Lurkers. I got out of Yokai Degens, not gonna lie, but I think I still have one, but I'm definitely gonna keep watching that one. I like that one. I've been watching them. I've been following them since pre-mint. I had OG whitelist too, but I didn't use it. But I stuck around in the Discord and I've been following them. I just had some other things going on this morning. But I'm following Yokai, but I like what Royal Reapers looks like right now. It's pretty strong. You're not really seeing some strength in the market right now, and this is a really good sign. So with that, I wanted to kind of like walk through what I kind of do, at least, what probably most of us do, but this is kind of for the noobs. If you are watching, pretty nice now that Emmy's kind of stepping up the game with getting the links, the social links on the sell page. So definitely, you know, check out the Twitter. So what's happening on the Twitter? Sometimes they already rugged. You click the Twitter link and it's like, you know, doesn't exist anymore or never has. Or, you know, it'll be a scam project and they'll actually link the correct project that hasn't even minted yet. So you're not gonna just check if Twitter exists. I mean, that's, you know, step one, but go a little further. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, check out some tweets, some most recent tweets, like some retweet of a bot here on the sales trends. But yeah, I like to see if anybody's talking about it, if that person is an actual person, right? So yeah, they got a Money Boy, PFP, decent amount of followers. Looks like they're following people too. You know, they got some activity going. You like to see some good projects getting into other projects that you're interested in. So yeah, some primates, money boys, SMBs here. You know, you can see Rafa retweeting somebody talking about famous Fox fan. Interesting. All interesting stuff. It's all relevant, right? When you're evaluating these things and you're trying to be quick, you're not trying to rush it. You don't want to FOMO, you know. You're always going to find the right timing, I believe. Whatever's right for you. Try not to FOMO. You know, trying to rush into something just because everyone else is never a good reason why you should invest or buy. But you want to be quick. You want to be on your toes. You know, you want to get a good entry, right? So that's why we do what we do. So we're gonna pop open the Twitter. Got a Discord here. Let's see if we can join the Discord. So I'll click the Discord link. Full. I don't have Nitro anymore. I didn't think it was necessary, but it seems necessary lately. But just for you guys out there, sorry slugs, I'll come back. But yeah, so we're gonna check announcements in Royal Reapers. We're gonna check the chat, see if anybody's talking about something interesting. Sometimes you might see right away in the chat that's stolen art. You know, just get some information. You might see some pretty good solid news in the announcements, right? Just look at some quick updates. You know, what's happening with the project. It's all usually up front right away, especially post mint, hopefully. Check the Discord links. Got a Discord going, right? Boom. What's happening? Check the chat. Everybody talking. So new. D-list. Floor. What are we gonna pump to? Paper hands. Never heard those before. But yeah, interesting skull art. I like it. Royal Reapers. Come back to it. Another one we've been following. It's been around for a little bit now, but I've been seeing some continuous steady buys, right, with Space Warlock, and that's what I like to look for is some steady buys. You know, like maybe 10, 20 a day after the project's about a few weeks old or more. You're still seeing those steady buys, that steady interest. It's good. It's a good sign. So I seen Space Warlock kind of go as low as 0.08 about a week ago or a little bit more, a little bit more than 7 days ago. Then it definitely kind of averaged out. The average trend was about 0.1-ish. Now we're seeing this pump now. So it looks like people are consolidating, right? They're reinvesting in projects they like. And yeah, Space Warlock's looking good right now. Got a rare on the floor. Should I buy it? I've been wanting to get in. Am I gonna buy the top here? Should I do it for my first video? I like the green. I'm not even looking at it here. Am I gonna get dumped on? What is this? This eye? This is going off. But I know I'm talking about reinvesting, but I've been watching Space Warlocks for quite a while. Been wanting to get in. Definitely should have got in before the pump. Just kept watching. We'll come back to it. All right. Yeah, getting some wet feet. Looking at corrects here. Dang, pushing that 2 soul floor. Anyway, so I pulled up Space Warlock Twitter beforehand. Yeah, I didn't join the Discord again, so I could do it with you guys. But yeah, just earlier today, so I think Space Warlock was still down at like 0.1. I was busy watching Lurkers, trading Lurkers, trading that up. But Space Warlock doing really good. So sorry, Mass. We'll be back. But yeah, let's get in this Space Warlock Discord. See what's happening. So yeah, join the Discord, check it out. Matrica's been rugging lately. It takes like, I don't know, days for it to recognize, to verify your wallet. But so some interesting news here. Looking some kind of migration. Oh, like maybe a staking migration. Changing tokens, maybe. Look into it. But yeah, so some projects, they have, you know, as we all know, staking. If you don't know, staking is like vesting a coin, vesting your NFT, your token, for another token often. So I buy a Space Warlock, I transfer sometimes if it's a custodial wallet, a custodial platform, I'll transfer my NFT asset onto the Space Warlock site, their platform, whatever they're offering. Yeah, so a lot of people have been expressing that they're kind of tired of the vesting meta, the staking meta. It's kind of old, it's kind of tired. A lot of the times, if those staking sites are attached to liquidity pools, they kind of get compromised or drained out. We saw projects like Shinsengoku kind of do something very different with their vesting. Not to mention it was like, you know, non-custodial, so you got to keep your NFT in your wallet. Something similar to Neo Hunters, also using, you know, staking for a certain amount of time, some lock staking to earn another NFT. Some creativity going on there, but overall, you know, what we heard from Lurkers Twitter Spaces earlier today is that a lot of people are expressing that meta, that staking meta, staking for coin, or just staking in general, they're kind of looking for something else, right? So we'll find out what that something else is, but Space Warlocks, so they got some staking. So yeah, so we'll open the Discord, we'll check the Twitter links, right? things like that. Check some strength markers, see what's happening there, what their website looks like. You know, one of those telltale signs, like how well their website's done. You know, how much time, how much money is the team investing into their project? What are they doing with it? It's kind of all, if you look closely, it's all given to you face value, right? Kind of right away. So some pretty nice stuff with Space Warlock. I can see why it had some decent strength, even though passing through a downtrend market. It might have hit one of those sort of periods in time where the market wasn't super hot. You know, sometimes it falls through the cracks. Sometimes these really good projects fall through the cracks, but if they're good, they'll stick around and they'll start to do well. So now we're seeing Space Warlocks hit something close to a 0.2 floor. You know, it's got some pretty nice art. I always wondered why it was struggling to break that 0.1. We'll see if it can, did that today. It looks like it's making that move here. So we'll see. Royal Reapers, still seeing some buys here. Nice. What do you guys think? Should I get a Reaper or should I get a Warlock? Okay. My beard's tickling my nose. So Yokai had a paid mint at first. I think it was like 0.039 if I'm not mistaken. Then they dropped it to a free mint. You guys can all assume it got botted out, that mint. If you guys don't know what I mean by that, is that sometimes buyers automate a mint. A mint's like where, you know, it's the first provision, the first availability of the collection. So the collection is made available in its entirety. You basically go to a site and you buy an NFT that hasn't been released yet, and it creates and mints that NFT right there when you hit the buy button. And sometimes there are some special people out there that like to bot the mints, so they automate it with like maybe mass buys. Sometimes that locks out bandwidth and it locks out other buyers from being able to mint. And yeah, so you get some mass buys and then you get some mass dumps, right? So try to measure anticipation of the secondary listings post mint with your expectations. You know, a lot of the time these DGen plays, they dip under mint or around it at the best. Sometimes they never recover. The good ones will. You just gotta hope there's enough demand to buy out that cycle, those first rounds of cycles of sales, listings, those sell-offs. People are often looking for that 2x exit, even if it was just like a 0.02 cost. They're exiting at 0.04, which makes sense though if you think about it. And that's what we're all trying to do, is de-risk, right? We're trying to make the best, most sound investments, so we can't knock them, man. But at the same time, you know, we want to grow this ecosystem. We believe in NFTs and crypto. We're not here to just extract money, right? We're trying to, it's not a wag me thing, but it can be, but it's not, right? Yeah, you want to get your profits, and you don't want to shame anybody for taking profits, because that's the whole name of the game. You want to make gains, and that's what I'm here for, is to help you guys make gains too. Show you how I'm making gains. But damn, man, you know, dumping the floor on us. So yeah, as I watching this live trade feed, as I was pumping, right, we've seen some lot of buys, but those listings are still coming, right? And so as I was hitting 0.1, and looks like it's, you know, sub 0.06 now. I don't know what the mint was on that or what's going on with that, but just making an example of it, pointing it out. See where Lurkers is at. Yeah, Lurkers was showing some really good strength earlier today, but now we're seeing some what's the true demand here. We're gonna find out. We're getting some price discovery. Are we bottoming? You know, when pump, when moon. I like these red eye masks. I like the red onis, you know, with the city background. I like that, this alleyway and the gray city background, the gray moon. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, I like this gray moon back here with like a red oni mask would be nice. Maybe like the black sweater, black coat, red oni mask, city background, or like this bird mask with the alleyway. That's what I got. I got one of those too, by the way. Yeah, I'm holding mine. I got a couple listed. Holding a couple of the good ones that I like. We'll see. Anyway, interesting project. Hope it does well. They got the site, their website linked on here, and that wasn't here earlier. Let's see what it's like. So, yeah, Abyss, their marketplace. I did hear on the Twitter that they're gonna release their whitelist. Probably tomorrow for me, but later in the evening for you guys, depending on where you are at. Cyberpunks is also derugging. Another community derug. Something similar to Classy Monkey, maybe not somebody everybody knows in the community, in the Sol community, but somebody with a good enough following or enough people to believe in them for it to kind of show some strength on the derug. But yeah, Cyberpunks was looking like no hope. And I seen it go as high as 0.09 yesterday, I think, with zero volume in the market, which is good. Probably just people pumping just to exit. But still seeing some buys, so it's good. What is this? Anyway, that's mostly what I wanted to talk about. So overall, some rough volume out there. So there's not a lot of us in Sol. Let's stick together. Let's buy some good projects, reinvest, internet friends. You know, yeah, let's take command of this market. Let's get some new bodies in. There's a lot to be confident about and a lot to believe in with crypto and NFTs. I believe that to be the case. But it's tough because market is rough right now, and you don't want to go around telling everybody to get in and they lose money, right? You're gonna be hiding in the bathroom at Thanksgiving. But hey, that's where it's at, guys. You know, top. Wait for that one unique wallet. So one. No, we'll go there. But yeah, Hiraeth. Pretty interesting project. I like this one. I'm still holding, but I sold off a couple. But I'm still holding, kind of de-risk there. But I like this site. If you go to their site, It's basically, like I said, like a bulletin board for projects to find each other. You can be a really small project, but you can still post on here. Some projects only got like 20 something Twitter followers. I'm not sure how good that is, right? If everybody's a good actor, you think about it that way. It's awesome. This is a pretty meaningful site, I think, for this space, and it will definitely grow. But yeah, so you have some projects. You get to see how many members in Discord. This might even be a good way to get some easy alpha on projects too, right? Because you can see how many members in Discord without even having to join it. How many Twitter followers. I mean, I don't know how reliable this is, like if it's the actual Twitter link, the actual legit Twitter. You don't get to check botted amount of followers, like on this one, like 100,000 going down. But I mean, actually I've seen them earlier, they were only at they were a lot less than this, so maybe they're actually building a legit following, alpha buyers. But awesome. So these guys can connect with these guys, right? 300 in the Discord. Interesting. So this was supposed to be, I'm going to be aiming towards new buyers, trying to get new buyers in, but obviously this is a lot to digest, so I'm gonna keep bringing you these videos every day, and hopefully I'm not gonna try and force you to catch up with me. I'll definitely try to make it relatable for new buyers too, but obviously a lot of this content, I got a lot of I've been trading, buying ETH and Solana NFTs for quite a while now. So I'm gonna do my best to bring you guys some good projects, or at least look at what's hot and try and do my best to evaluate what's hot. I'm definitely not shilling up here, so I'm not gonna be talking about anything and everything. I'm only talking about kind of like what's new right now, just to show you guys, like what you do when you're first looking at a new project, as if I'm going through it with you on a new project, like I've never done it before, kind of. But obviously I'm doing it the way I do it because I've done it before. So I'll try and pull back a little, but just mainly it's got to be fun, right? And a lot of this right now in NFTs is mostly just art. It's like art based. It might add some other utility like staking and things like that, but we're not the true great use, the grand uses of NFTs, like for ledgers, things like maybe you can replace deeds and warranties with NFTs. You can access massive documents with QR codes. You can gate communities. You can offer like ticketed services immediately, or in other words, after the servicers, or at the servicer's discretion and at the serviced limitations. So like if I want to get a ticket, I can let you know how I want to receive those tickets. That's the future use case that a lot of us believe in, or at least I do, with NFTs and crypto. Crypto's gonna, it's changing already a lot of things about how finance works and how traditional markets look at finance. It's offering a different perspective also to people who, just us, everybody. It's offering a different perspective on how we use our money and how we can use our money and who we give it to hold for us. So there's a lot coming with crypto and NFTs, but right now we're seeing this sell-off of volume and loss of volume because the excitement and the interest on those sort of things is not there, and it's just nobody's doing it right now. If they are, we don't know about it. So we'll find out, right? I'll find out and I'll bring it to you guys. But right now, if I'm talking to somebody trying to get into NFTs, you're mostly trading NFTs as art or collectibles. You're buying and selling collectibles. You're joining communities. You might find some good use cases. Like you have some, this is not a really good use case, but you have a casino meta, which is some utility. So you can buy into that project, you get some royalty shares, some revenue shares on that. That's usually the main utility of a casino NFT. But otherwise, sometimes you're supporting a project that is actually trying to do something, offering a service. SolBookie here is another casino type play. It's sports betting. But you have some projects that are building some things that are outside of just art. Krex is a major art player though, just to point that out. Doing really well, pushing that 2 Sol 4. But and you also have NFTs inside of the NFT ecosystem offering legit services like this project here, which is offering a platform for projects to connect with each other, to offer each other services, or provide a platform to offer each other services. So it's basically like a community bulletin board to find work or other projects that offer opportunities like collabs, whitelists, alpha DAOs, buying DAOs, things like that. And you got projects like Blockchain Ballers here that are using miners to provide a circulatory type ecosystem to their community. So they're running some miners off of the revenue, maybe off of Mint, say. Perfect timing. So Kikiverse might be arguably one of those projects that's actually offering like maybe something like that's pushing the potential of use case of NFTs, offering something outside of just the closed NFT ecosystem or outside of art and collectibles. Even though it is an art and collectible project, the art's provided by 4Leaf right here. 4Leaf Clover. He's a fairly well-known artist in the NFT art community. I think mostly on ETH, but you also have an animation studio which is providing something like, I guess, a watch to earn. I don't know if it's something similar to what Veracity is offering, but Veracity, if you know VRA, it has a patent on the proof of view. But Kikiverse is an interesting one, and if you're looking for NFT type projects that are doing something outside of the NFT ecosystem, that might have the potential to reach people outside of NFTs and do more than be just a collectible or an NFT token system, Kikiverse might be something you want to look at. I can actually do a full video. Why don't I do my next video? I can do a rundown of what Kikiverse is, and what Kikiverse might be able to do and what it can be. It seems like an interesting one. But on that note, I'll leave it there. Have fun out there. Enjoy NFT and crypto trading. Keep learning, keep growing. We'll see you on the next one.